The Gernsback, and last I left off, I was getting the sling on the rifle that he's holding, and I just got to finish painting that and finish painting the gun. The gun that's going to be on his back, I went ahead and got the loops on, and then I'll take some more styrene strip, and I'll fish it in there and make the sling for it. But I need to mount it on the back once I get the figure pretty much painted. But anyway, that's where I am on the gun, so I'll hopefully get a little more done with that. Want to make sure that I got all the seams and everything, and I'll try to do that today, if not tomorrow. But the Gernsback itself, I'm going to paint this part red. It's one of his little armors, just to give him just a little bit of color. I got the main armor painted, which is a pale gray that I used of ammo MIG there, and now I'm down to the washes, and I used Vallejo washes, which is a gray and a black, and I don't like to go like straight black to a wash. I like to build it up, and what I do is I'll take the gray, which is it's mostly gray paint, but I took a darker gray and I went in and just took a little bit of the gray wash and go in there and basically doing a filter wash. It's more water than paint, and then once it dries, it'll settle and fill in all the gaps and give it a nice just a nice little effect. And I like to build it up, so I do with a bunch of grays first, build up, and then I'll go in with just a little bit of black with the gray and go in like darker, really dark crevices like the joints and all that. So that's where I am on that. So hopefully get a little more done on the washes here, and then what I want to do is then I'll start doing pigments, but I got to do the base first. And one thing I want to do about the base is I got to decide what I need to stain it, what color I want. I'm probably going to go with a red. I usually like red wood. I think it looks, to me it looks decent. But anyway, I need to do the top of it, the groundwork, and we'll either do what I got here is balsa foam, or I'll probably just end up doing paper mache, which is celluclay is what I use. But anyway, we'll figure it out. But anyway, balsa foam, if you never have used it, it's like balsa wood, but it's just more carvable. You can carve it with your knife, the back of your knife, your front of your knife. It's just it's just so versatile what you can do, as you can see with the base that I've done here. This is 1 inch thick balsa foam that you can get online. You really can't buy it at a craft store. Your hobby store might be able to get it, but it comes in basically case quantities, and you probably can buy a sheet. Anyway, it's one of them great modeling tools if you've never really used it. It's good for making prototypes. One thing bad about it is you got to find something to seal it, and I carved this little wood little diorama base because you probably seen me. Let's move Voltron here, the newer Voltron. I did a base, and wanted to do one for the upcoming Phantom of the Opera kit that's Atlantis is coming back, is re-releasing, and that was more of a prototype. Wanted to see if I wanted to do it and just kind of work out any bugs. So I went with this one, which is more of a generic, but I needed to seal it because I need to make a mold of it. And balsa foam, you can use Stiffy here, which is a fabric stiffener. You can use Mod Podge, which is basically a lot of white glue and water, and you can seal it that way. But what I have to do to make a mold is you got to have a little bit of resin, a chip brush, and just put you a little coat of resin on there. It'll just become a nice hard shell, and it won't crack or stick to the rubber or plastic if you vacuum form it. It's just one of them little tricks you got to learn when you're dealing with balsa foam. But anyway, I'm gonna try to make a vacuum form kit out of it, see what it would look like. It'll be a 2-piece kit, and it'll be just generic enough where you can add the Phantom here, like so, or you could add another type of universal monster creature or any other type of monster for a 1/8 scale figure. But anyway, that's what I've got going on today. I would have got a lot more done on the Gernsback, but I was playing around with the balsa foam and wanted to carve out the base. So we're going to try to do a base in the next couple of days, try to get that stained, and we'll try to do a little diorama work, because the diorama work is going to depict what kind of pigments we're going to use, because we're either going to do like I want to say like a red planet, or we'll do like earthy tones and do like, you know, like earth, you know, browns and all that, because we want to get the dirt on the legs here, you know, and make sure it's weathered appropriate to the base. But anyway, that's what I've got going on today. We are continuing on with the Gernsback, and we are playing around with balsa foams. So that's what I got going on today, so stay tuned for the next exciting episode.